Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday to you. It is Friday, June 17th. I had to look at my calendar. And, excuse me, I'm recovering from a cold. It's a beautiful day out, though. The sun is shining. Looks like it's just going to be a fabulous weekend, which is perfect. My daughter's celebrating her 16th birthday this Saturday. So I'm hoping it's a nice day because they want to be outside. Roast marshmallows at the fire pit. So I hope you've got your tea and coffee. We're here for some conversation today. This is my weekly Facebook live stream every Friday morning, 8 a.m. Pacific. We get together here and have a conversation and see what we can learn from each other, see what we can contribute to each other, and also I give you a great opportunity to share your business page on my Facebook page. It's a page share Friday as well. So last week we talked about fear, and that was kind of an interesting conversation. It was the first live stream that I had done at a set time on my page, and it really got me thinking a lot. And during that whole conversation last week, I started thinking about it. Just dawned on me, you've maybe been watching and you couldn't hear me because I didn't have my headphones in. So let's see if this is better. I apologize. I'm recovering from the cold, remember? So last week we talked about fear, and it got me thinking a lot about what leads to fear and what causes fear in us. And I find for me, let me know if this is the same for you. I don't know if it is the same for you or not, and I'm just going to double check my page and make sure everything is showing live. That's the joy of live video. If you missed that beginning part, I'm sorry about that. I see it's on there now, and I've got my headphones in. Awesome. So, I started thinking about fear a lot. And one of the things about fear is that it doesn't make a lot of sense. It doesn't have logic behind it. And quite often, if we think about what we're afraid of, or, why we're in a moment of fear, if we apply our logical brain to it, it doesn't stand up in a lot of cases to what we think it's going to be. But I realized for me, one of the things that leads me to fear the most is a feeling of disconnection. And if I'm feeling disconnected, then my fear quota seems to go up. And I tend to have more fear in my daily life. And it's because I'm feeling disconnected from something. So the opposite side of that, the opposite side of the coin, of course, is connection. So the more I can focus on building connections, growing connections with people, deepening my connections with people, maybe the less fear I'll feel about things that are irrational. So today we're going to talk about connections. What do connections mean to you? How do you develop your connections? How do you grow your connections? This is such an important thing personally and in business. Life is all about connections. So when we connect with people, we deepen our relationships. We get to know somebody else. We make ourselves vulnerable. We open up to other people and we let them see our inside, and we let them know what's going on for us. And we are open to receiving their message of what's going on for them as well. And when we build that connection then, and we open to that vulnerability, we actually end up being less alone. Instead of having it make us be more lonely, of course, we're less lonely if we focus on our connections. But when we have positive, strong, loving connections in our lives, then we feel less afraid of the things that aren't logical. So, there's logical fears and there's illogical fears. Logical fears are, if somebody's breaking into your home, then, hey, it makes a lot of sense to be afraid. But if you are going to bed at night and you're afraid someone is going to break into your home, and you've done everything you can to protect your home and keep yourself safe, and there has not been a break-in, then this fear is not a logical one. And dig deeper and find out why you're feeling this fear. What are you afraid of, really? Are you afraid of somebody actually coming into your life and hurting you? And is that because you've been hurt before and you want to avoid being hurt again? And yet, as we avoid those things that hurt us, we disconnect and we stop being vulnerable, and we do it to protect ourselves, but it causes a disconnect that leaves us fearful of things and takes away the quality, some of the quality of our lives. So let me know what you think of that. Does that resonate with you? I see we've got a few people watching live. So if that resonates with you, and excuse my throat, I'm hoping that I'm recovering from a cold, working on it, but we've got a few people here live. Let me know if that resonates with you. And I know that when I have my most difficult, challenging times, it's because something is disconnected in my life. And when I take the time to focus on rebuilding that connection, then those things that I was struggling with become easier. And so how do we apply connection to our business lives? I mean, I can easily see them applied in my personal life, but what about business? And really, when I think about it, everything, success in everything, thriving in everything, is all about connection. Is your business growing? Are you connecting with new people? Are you getting new people following your page, engaging with your content, reaching out to you, to work with you, to do joint ventures with you? If you are, it's because they are connecting with you. You're connecting with them. They feel connected with you. And so how do we use Facebook to build a connection in our business? It's potentially an impersonal place. And of course, there's lots of talk about scheduling your posts and get your posts out in advance. And then it's easy to forget to come back and check. If you schedule your content, it's easy to not feel personally invested in it. You forget what time it goes out. Your day gets busy. You don't go to check your page to see if anybody's commented or connected. And then you've invested time in starting the process of connection, but you aren't completing it by actually being there to build that connection and grow it with people. So it's a multi-step thing, building that connection with people and building relationship and getting it so that people trust you. It takes time. I always say Facebook is a marathon. So it is a marathon. Make sure that you are there for the long run, and make sure that every time you take a step forward, you follow through with the next step. When we're walking, if we only move 1 foot forward, we don't actually get anywhere. We have to use both feet. So it's a double process, right? We have to move 1 foot, then the other foot. That's the only way that we can move forward, is if we use both. So schedule your posts out if you want, but then make sure you're there to be live and in person and replying to the comments that you get. That's what deepens the connection, not just posting on your page, not just offering your sale or your special or your lead magnet to grow your email list. We need to take it past that. There's a lot of people offering those things in this world, and we need to go deeper than that. We need to be personable and involved and connected to actually have it turn into a thriving business that allows you more time to step away from being online, from working in your business all the time. But it takes that connection. It takes that generous heart. So that's my Facebook tip. What I'd like to do now is I'd like to invite you to share your business page as a comment to this post. So this is going to stay on my Facebook page as a post, as the last week's did. So you could scroll through and see last week's talk on fear. Then today we're talking connection. I'm not sure what we're going to talk about next week. But, if you have an idea, please pop it in the chat. Let me know if you've got a suggestion, if you've got a question. I'd be happy to hear that, and I would answer those questions next week on our chat. But leave your Facebook page as a comment. This is a Facebook page Friday as well. So leave your Facebook page as a comment to this video. Tell us a little bit about what you do. Tell us what your why is. Why do you do what you do? What's your mission? What's your goal? And then, after you've shared your page, don't just drop your link and then run and get about your day and forget about this. Take this opportunity to build connections with people. So come back at noon, come back at 5, and see who else has added their Facebook pages. Then go to their Facebook page, like their Facebook page, and leave a comment that's relevant. What I see a lot of people do is they'll like your page, and my video has just interrupted. It has paused. Okay, well, I'm going to continue and then hopefully it'll pick this up. So there we go. So what I see a lot of people do is they like their page, like other people's pages, and then they leave a comment or they send a private message saying, I've liked your page, now like mine back. That's not how we build connections. Like other people's pages without expecting them to like yours back, and then leave a relevant comment to something they've posted. Add value. Deepen your connection with people today. So thank you for being here. I hope to see you again next Friday at 8 a.m. Pacific. We'll be talking about something. Please have an awesome week. Have a great weekend. Enjoy whatever you're going to do. Take some time for you and leave your Facebook page as a comment as under this post. And let's build connections and get to know new people and develop relationships. Thanks for being here. See you on Facebook.